Okay, we'll start the session. In the last class, we are talking about dictionaries, right? There are different way of handling the dictionaries, how to store or how to create a dictionary, yeah, how to retrieve it, and how to loop through the dictionaries and all the things. So in the last class, we are stuck with one example that is how to uh, delete an element from the list and how to clear the contents of a list and what is the difference between these two, right? So we have struck with that. So let us look at the example here. Okay, we look at how these two things behaves differently, right? So we'll open the Python command prompt, then we'll try to create a dictionary. We'll try to create a dictionary. So the my name of the dictionary is my dictionary. Dictionary is equal to. So let us take a key and value pair, and so let us create a dictionary here using three elements. Okay, now we have created a dictionary, right? So once you create a dictionary, the prompt will return as it is, right? So now I want to delete the elements. If you want to delete the elements, right, and delete my dictionary, and any particular the key element you want to press it, right? So particular key will be get deleted. So look at the things here. Dictionary, my dictionary. When I do that one, so it will print only two values, right? One element has been deleted with the key called as two, or the tag two has been deleted. So now we have only two elements. So one pair with the key code as one, and another with the key pair code as three. So that is all. And so now look at the difference between the what do you call it as clear and the delete, right? So now I use the clear instruction here. Clear, right? When I use the clear here, so what happens? It will return an empty dictionary. So it has not been removed permanently from the memory, right? Now look at the things. Dictionary. When I do that one, it will create what? An empty dictionary. Oh, sorry, it will display a dictionary, empty dictionary. What I have done is that we have cleared only the contents of the dictionary. So okay, so even if you remove all the elements, there is sorry, the dictionary is still physically exist in the memory. So now we'll look at the difference between the delete now, right? I'll create one more for better understanding. I'll create one more dictionary here. I'll create one more dictionary. new is equal to, so let us take so this is a new dictionary altogether. So I have created a dictionary called by the name new, right, which has three elements in it. Now we'll delete it. So, okay, before deleting it, I'll display the contents. So what is the contents of the list, dictionary is that it has three elements in it, right, or a key, three key, three pairs. So what is that? So first pair is 1 and 1 4 2b and 3c. Now I'll delete the entire dictionary. What is that? Delete, delete followed by the name of the dictionary, that is new. So it will not return anything. So now we look at, is there any dictionary by the name new or not? So what happened? So it has deleted the dictionary completely from the memory. So there is no dictionary by the name new in the memory. That's why it is showing an error message stating that name new is not defined. Look at the difference between these two. In place of the clear, even though we have deleted all the elements, the dictionary is still present. So with the empty list or with empty contents. Whereas when I delete the dictionary using the keyword, or we using the keyword called as a delete, it has been physically removed from the memory itself. That is the difference between a list, delete and a clear. And the same function has been used with the list as well. They will do the same thing in case of the list as well. So what you're doing, if you use the clear function, it will remove the contents of the list. So okay, so but it retains the empty list, right? The list is still present on the memory. But whereas if you use the delete list followed by the list, it will remove the list completely from the memory along with all the elements. That was where we were stuck in on the. ಇವಾಗ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ತಗೊಬರೋಣ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ ಫಸ್ಟ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಮುಗಿತಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ಹೋಗಿ ತೊಗೊಂಬರೋಣ ಅಂತಿಂದ ಬಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಸರಿನಾ? ಹಾ, ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ತೊಗೊಂಬರೋಣ, ಸರಿನಾ? Okay, we'll start the next topic, that is tuples, right? So what is tuples are another kind of sequence that function like a list. They have elements which are indexed starting at 0, right? It is very much similar to the list, but the only thing, and also they have started, they are indexed starting at a location 0, right? So look at the example here, x equal to Glenn, Sally, Joseph, right? and the print x of the 2, so that is second element in the list or in the tuples, so that is Joseph, that will be get printed on the terminal, and y is equal to 192. So when you print the tuples, you will get it as y. Okay, y is nothing but the name of the, and it is get printed as 1, 9 and 2. And you can use different functions like your list to print the maximum element or minimum element and uh, average elements, right? So that is what you can take it here, that is print max of y, that is going to print the value as 9. And also you can use the loops here, right? Loop it through the tuples, so that is iteration in y colon, so printf the iteration, right? It will, the iteration variable will go through the all the elements in the tuples, and it will get print, it is going to print all the elements within the tuples. So, okay, in this case, so we have 192, so that will be get printed on the terminal. So let us look at how these things will be get executed with some examples. Okay, here I'll print the tuple here equal to, what is that? You are using the parenthesis a colon, sorry, a and b and c, right? Right. So now I have created a tuple here. So if you want to print the tuple, you can do that. So the tuple here, right? Can you hear me, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Just
Yes,
repeat
sir.
it. New a comma b comma c. So which is nothing but the contents of the tuples. And if you want to print a particular value, so just use the index of that. So let us take it as 2. So it is going to print the value as c, right? It is the elements of the tuples. And similarly, you can use other methods here, right? Print new of 0, right? It's an index of 1, so that is going to print the value as b. And also you can use the different functions, right? Print max of new, right? So what is that? It is going to print the value as c, because in the ASCII character list, c is having the maximum ASCII value. That's why it is going to print the value as c. Similarly, you can use print what is that, minimum of new, you can use that. So it is going to print the value as a, and print and length of the uh, new, right? And how many elements you have it? 3 elements I have it, so it is going to print the value as 3, right? So and similarly you can look it through the things, that is for I in, what is that, the name, new, right? Print the value of I, right? So what is going to do that? Right, it's going to print the contents of the elements or the tuples, that is a, b as well as the c, right? A, b as well as c, so which are nothing but the contents of the tuples, right? That is how you can read the things. So come back to our slide here, come back to the slides. So this is what we have seen it. This is exactly what you have seen it, that is x equal to, so there you have used new equal to a, b and c, and we have specified all these things, okay? And we have printed it, and as well as we have used iterations to print all the elements within the tuples, okay? all the elements within the tuples, right? That's why all the functions that you can use with the list can also be used with the tuples as well. The next is, what is the difference between a tuple and a string as well as a list? So here is a list and this is a string and this is a tuple, right? So what is that? In case of the list, you can specify it as x equal to 987, okay, and you can print the value of the like value of any element by specifying the index. So in this case, x of 2 is equal to 2, okay. So you can alter the value of the things because lists are mutables, right? You can change the contents of the uh, things. That's why you can uh, x of 2 is equal to 2, that is 0 1 2. This 7 has been altered to 6, it becomes 986, it becomes 986. So that is how you can use the things. But whereas in case of the string and as well as the tuples, there you cannot change it, they are immutables. You cannot change the contents of either a string or a tuple, right? Look at this one, y is equal to abc, which is nothing but a string. So I try to change or alter the value of a character at a given index to d, right? It's the use object doesn't support item assignment because you're not supposed to change the value of a existing string, right? That is how the things works. And similarly you can do with the things, right? Z is equal to 543, z is equal to 543, z of 2 is equal to 0. You cannot do that because assignment is not supported here. Assignment is not supported, that's why it will generate an error message stating that the tuple object doesn't support item assignment. It doesn't support item assignment. So let us work on this one on a terminal and just look at how each one of them behaves. So let us take I'll take it as a is equal to a is equal to 1 2 3. I'll take it 1 comma 2 comma 3, right? So what is this? Yes, it's a it's a
List.
it's a list.
List, sir.
So I'll just do that
Yes, sir.
using 1 2 3. It's a string, it's a string, right? And I'll take another one, c is equal to, what is that? uh we'll just specify it as 1 3 1 comma 2 comma 3, right? We have two different collections. One is a list, second one is a string, and third one is a, what is that? Tuples. Now I try to change the values here. So that is a of 2 or a of 1 will be equal to, let us take it as 4. So if I do that one, so it is going to change the value of a, right? Now it becomes 143. 143 means 1 is as it is, but the first element has been changed to 4 and the second element is it's as it is, that is 143, right? Or otherwise it is just change it to something called as b, right? I just wanted to change the value, right? B of 4, b of, let us take 1, the first element itself. If I want to change it to something else, right? Let us take it as 5. So it will give an error message stating string object doesn't support item assignment because string is an immutable one. You cannot change the value of a existing string. You cannot change the value of an existing string. Let's try. So similarly, the same thing apply for the uh, same thing applies for the tuples as well. So how it looks, see, c of 1. If I want to make the changes to this one, it will also support the, sorry, it will also give the same thing, that is tuple object doesn't support what is that, item assignment. So, okay, and the string object doesn't support the item assignment, but whereas the list supports that. The list supports that. That's why we whatever the changes you have made it here, it has been rectified. So that is a major difference between what is that a string, a string, a list, as well as a tuples. Is it right? This is exactly what you have seen it on the turn. So look at the things not to uh, not to do with the tuples, right? What you cannot do with the tuples. Look at this: x equal to 3 to 1, right? X, I have x equal to 3 to 1. Neither you can sort it, nor you can append it, nor you can reverse it, right? You cannot do anything, right? Once the tuples has been created, you cannot do anything, right? If you try to use the function called as sort or the append, or if you try to uh, use the reverse functions, they that uh, don't work, right? So let us look at how they actually works here using the same thing, the python shell as well. So I have the C, right? C is a tuple. So let us try to understand how these functions work with the tuples, right? Right? What is that? Tuple doesn't support have an attribute called as the sort, because they don't support attribute here called as the sort. And similarly, C dot append, C dot append also doesn't support that, and the reverse. The same thing applies for the reverse as well. The same thing applies for the reverse as well. So in all the three cases, what I do is that you have got the error stating that the tuple doesn't support that. It doesn't have the attribute called as the sort, append, or the reverse, whatever it may. In other words, these functions are not supported by the tuples. Is that right? So okay, that is how you can do the tuples. You cannot do all these things with the tuples. And what is the difference between a list and the tuples here? Look at this one. I have created an empty list, right? List equal L is equal to list function list. So we have created an empty list. And what are the functions supported by this list, right? So it supports append, it supports count of function. It has the extend, it has the index function, it has the insert function, pop function, remove function, reverse, as well as the sort function. But whereas the tuple, I'm creating an empty tuple here. So what it is, it supports only two functions. One is the count and second one is the index. That's all. Okay, index of the given tuple, as well as the count the number of tuples in the list or in the tuples. The total number of elements in the tuple that you can print it using count function. So, okay, since Python doesn't have a built-in tuple structure to be modifiable, they are simple and more efficient in terms of memory usage and performance than the list. There is no built-in tuple structures, but that's why instead of using the list, they are making use of the tuples here. In our program, when you are making temporary variables, we prefer tuples over the list. If you want to make use of the temporary variables, you can make use of the list. One advantage of the tuple is that during the course of execution, right, during the course of execution, you cannot modify the contents or the elements of the tuple. That is the biggest advantage. That's why we are making use of the tuples to store the temporary variables, right? So let us look at this one. We can also put a tuple on the left hand side of an assignment statement. We can assign, or you can also put a tuple on the left hand side of an assignment statement, so we can omit the parenthesis, right? So you can use the tuples on the left hand side. Look at the example here: x comma y is equal to 4 and Fred. Now 4 will be assigned with 4, sorry, x will be assigned with 4 and y will be assigned with Fred. So what is that? 4, y is having Fred and x is having 4. And similarly a and b, so 99 and 98, A is having a value of 99, and whereas B is having a value 98. That is like this, you can assign the values on the left side. Let us look at how it actually works on a Python shell, right? x comma y will be equal to let us take 10 comma 20, right? Now I'll try to work on the value x is 10, and what is the value of y is 20, right? And similarly you can have more than one elements here, x comma y comma z, right? It will be equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30. Now three values has been assigned here. Three value has been assigned, x equal to 10 and y is 20, and what is that, z is equal to 30. Like this you can assign the values on the left hand side. You can assign it on the left hand side. So that is exactly what you have. We can also put a tuple on the left hand side of an assignment statement. We can also put a tuple on the left hand side of an assignment statement, or you can also even omit the parentheses, right? These parentheses you can omit it, no issues. And the item methods in the dictionary returns a list of key and the value tuples, right? Whatever the values you have in the dictionary, it is going to return a key and the value page, and they are also called as the tuples. They also called as the tuples, and these tuples can be used as an assignments here. Look at this one, CSV is have equal to 2 and CWEN is equal to 4. Okay, so we have seen this one in the last class, that is how to initialize a dictionary here. Empty dictionary has been created. Dictionary function, that is DCS CSEV is equal to 4, that is we are creating an pair here, key and the value pair. CSEV is equal to 2 and CWEN with the key value, also the value 4. So what you do is that you are extracting the items, that is a pair of key and the value. All the key and the value pair will be extracted and it will be stored in key and v. For now key is having the value 2, sorry, CSEV is equal to k, and k is equal to CSEV and v is equal to 2 for the first instance, and for the second instance k is equal to CWEN and v is equal to 4. That is what the value you have got it. And the same thing can be done with the tuples as well, right? So whatever the values you are getting it, and that will be assigned to tuples, right? What the tuples contains, it contains CSV2 and CWEN4. That is nothing but the dictionary items. They are nothing but the dictionary items. Let us look at how these actually works on the terminal. So, okay, DICT. So what we are doing is that DICT is equal to DICT function, right? We are creating an empty dictionary. So if you want to check it, you can do that. So empty dictionary has been created. Now I'll assign dictionary of let us take 1 is equal to, or one dictionary of 1, right? It will be equal to A. So let us take it as A, right? And dictionary of what is that? Dictionary of 2 is equal to what? B, and dictionary of 3 is equal to C, and so on, right? So now if you want to dictionary, the dictionary here, 1 is having A and 2 is having a B and 3 is having a, here we have a composite keys here. The first key is then string, first key is a string, right? And second key is a integer, and third one is a numeric or integer as well, right? It is a composite, or it is a mixed keys what you have it. So now I want to extract the key piece, right? Tuples is equal to dictionary dot keys. Dictionary dot keys. So what you'll get it, so if you display the value of the dictionary, you'll get it as key only. I'm extracting the key, that's why it has displayed as 1 and 2. So if I do the same thing, tuples is equal to dictionary dot items, right? It will extract both of them, right? It has extracted both of them, that is tuples 1 comma a and 2 and b and 3 and c it is. ಕೆಳಗು right? This is how your function works, right? So that is how you can extract or assign the dictionary items into tuples. So let us look at how you can also use the comparison operation between the tuples. The comparison operators works with tuples and other sequences. If the first item is equal, Python goes to the next element and so on until it finds elements that differ, right? So it will first compare. You look at the example here, 0, 1, 2 and 5, 1, 2. So 0 is get compared with first 5, like 0 is lesser than 5, it all directly prints that the whole tuple is lesser than this tuple. That is true. So look at this example, 0, 1 and 20 lakh, right? 0, 1, 20 lakh is lesser than this one. So that is 0, 1, it is wrong, I think, right? So 0 is compared with 0, so 1 is, yeah, lesser than 3, that is fine. And 20,000, sorry, 20 lakh is lesser than, yeah, sorry, in the first case itself 0 is equal to 0. So when 1 is lesser than 3, that's why it will print it as a true value. And similarly, and so once the condition satisfies, it will print the value and it will not compare the other elements or the remaining elements. And John's and Sally, so and each character will get compared here, John's, and this is John's. So John's is equal to John's here, and Sally, yes, A, L, so L is compared with M, right? L is lesser than M, that's why it is going to print a value as true. And John's and Sally is uh, greater than Adams and Sam, that is true because J is greater than A, that's why it should print the value as true. So that is the comparison operations, or the comparison operators also works with the tuples. So let us look at uh, the same thing on the Python shell, right? So what I have, mm, let us take it as 1 comma 2 comma 3. So which will be get compared, is it greater than, yeah, right? 4 comma 5 comma 6 it is. So I'm just comparing whether 1 2 3 is greater than 4 5 and 6. It is false because 1 is lesser than 4, right? 1 is lesser than 4. In the first tuple element itself, it fades. So let us take one more example here, 1 comma 2 comma 2 comma 3, so which is lesser than, let us take 3 uh, 0 and 1, right? Is it lesser than 1 or not? That is true because 1 is lesser than 3 and the condition holds good. And similarly, You can do with the characters as well. A comma B comma B comma C, right? Is it lesser than, or yeah, is it lesser than? So let us take it as one more string here, or one more tuple. So is it lesser than, what is that, B comma C? Yeah. So let us do, here we have three elements in the tuple and we have two elements in the tuple. Still it has printed as true because A is a sql of A is get compared with B, so they are, A is lesser than B, that's why it will print the value as true. So same thing can be used with the other things, right? So that is what the comparison operations, the comparison operators work with the tuples and other sequences. If the first item is equal, the Python goes on to the next element and so on until it finds then elements that differ, right? How, if there is an elements in, if the elements differ, up to that point the comparison goes. And how to sort the elements within the list, right? Sorting list of the tuples using the sorted, right? Instead, uh, how to sort the elements using the sorted list, right? We can take advantage of the ability to sort a list of tuples to get a sorted version of a dictionary, right? We can make use of the you can sort the elements of the dictionary just by making use of the list of sorting of the list of tuples. We can do this even more directly using the built-in function sorted that takes a sequence of parameters and returns a sorted sequence, right? It can be done using the function called as a sorted. You cannot directly apply it on the tuples. This one you cannot do it on the tuples directly, but you can make use of the list sort list of tuples, and uh, you can sort the elements of the dictionary. Look at the example here. I have D is equal to three elements in it, that is E, B, and C, 10, 1, and 22. D dot items, D dot items, right? I'm extracting all the elements here. So that is A, 10, C, 22, and B, and 1. So what I'm doing is that I'm just sorting the elements. That is sorted D dot items. We are sorting these elements. So what you do is that you will get the tuples as A, 10, B1, and C22. Is it right? And the same thing can be done using the something called using the loops. That is for k, for v in k and v in sorted d dot items. So what you are doing is that you are printing key and the value pair, so you get the sorted list here, or the sorted dictionary one, actually a key and the value pair, you get it. So this is how you can uh, use the sorted function to sort the elements of the dictionary. So now look at the things using the, sorry, we'll try to execute it on a Python shell, right? So what I'll do is that dictionary, new dictionary will take it, new is equal to, what I'll do is that 1 comma, or let us take something else, right? A colon 10 comma B colon, or better what we'll do is that we'll just use a z of 10, z of 10 comma, and b of b of 20, we'll take it, and comma c colon 30, right? So we have created a, yes, sorry, I missed it here. New is equal to, what is that? So z colon 10 comma uh, b colon 20 comma, and c colon 30, right? So I have created a, sorry, sorry, sorry. Z colon 10 comma B colon 20 comma C colon 30, right? So I have created a dictionary of three elements Z10 and B20 and all the things. What I'll do is that I want to solve this one, that is T is equal to, that tuple is equal to, tuples is equal to dictionary name, that is a new dot what is that, right? New dot, sorry, sorted, sorted, then new dot items functionalities. So once it is done, what will do is that I change it, change the dictionary here, change the dictionary. Okay, now we'll sort it, right? String is equal to sorted new dot items. So what was wrong with the previous expression? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what is wrong with this one? Can anyone tell me? Hello?
Single quotes ಹಾಕಿ ದಿಲ್ಲ sir.
Pardon?
Single quotes sir.
If I don't put the single quotes, what could have happened here? ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ?
Sir, key sir.
Pardon?
Key sir, key.
So there is no comparison here, right? What they are doing is that they are comparing that which is treated as a number here or a key that is get compared with 3. There is the, the, the compiler could not able to the runtime environment could not able to establish an or it could not able to compare the value of z with the b. But if I do the same thing by enclosing within a single quotes, now they are treated as a strings, right? That is a string and b is a string and c is a string. Now what they have done is that they have established a what you call as comparisons, right? Z is compared with b and b is compared with c, right? So now we look at the comparison, right? What is the value we'll get it? B. B is smaller than C, which is smaller than C, Z, right? So that's why you'll get a sorted list along with the key and the value pair. Along with the key and the value pair, you have got this one. That is a B3, C4, and Z and 1, right? This is how we can sort the elements of the list or elements of the dictionary just by making use of a function called as the sorted, right? Now before doing that, what you are doing is that you are creating a dictionary. All the key and the value pair will be extracted and it will be sorted first, then it will be stored into a tuples. And what the tuples is, it is v3 and c4 as well as the z1. And the same thing can be done using the what you call it as. And the next one is in the previous case, what you have done is that you have sorted the elements based on their keys, right? So we have sorted the keys here, right? A, B, and C. We have sorted it. Okay. If you want to sort the elements of the dictionary by their values, right? You can do that. If you could construct a list of tuples of the form of the form value and the key, we could sort by values. You can do it using the value as well. So okay, and we do this with a for loop that creates a list of tuples, right? You can do it using a for loop. So you can print or you can create a list of tuples, and these tuples can be sorted based on their values. Look at the example here. C is equal to n, B10, B10, B1, and C22, right? So what you're doing is that you are creating a list of the tuples here, and then what you're doing is that you are extracting the items from the dictionary containing the key and the value pair. What you're doing is that you are appending the value and the key pair, right? You have got the key and the value pair. So to here, what you are appending value and the key pair. Once it is done, so I'm displaying the values, that is 10, 22, and 1. Then sort the elements of the list, that is temp dot sort, that is reverse equal to true, right? So that is it is sorted in the reverse order, right? In the descending order. That is the first one is 22, 10, and 1. We have sorted. So similarly, we can sort it in an ascending order just by using the sort function here. That is 1 comma so b, and 10 and 1 a, and 22 and c, 1 20, so 1 10 and 22. So you have got the values here, right, in the ascending order. Okay. So let us look at how it works on the Python shell as well. So here is the list what you have, that is Z, right? So before doing that, so what I'll do is that I'm just taking use of the for loop for k comma v. So what I am doing is that in what is that the new dot items new dot items new dot items colon. So what do you do is that uh, so before that, sorry, so we had to create a list, right? Um, so just do the things, right? So what I'll do is that list equal to or l is equal to, so what we will do, we are creating a list, and after that what I'm doing is that for key and v in new dot items colon. What I'm doing is that I'm just appending the values, appending the values, append value and the key pair, right? Value and the key pair. So like this, we are just appending the values, append colon. Right. So okay, I'll just write it one more time for uh, key comma v in new dot items, then a colon, then l dot append b comma k, right? So what you have got is you got the values 1 comma z, 3 and b, and 4 and c, right? Now I want to sort it. L dot sort reverse equal to v r s, reverse is equal to true, reverse is equal to true. Sorry, must be in a smaller case writing, right? Reverse is equal to true, right? Reverse is equal to true. Okay, now the elements has been sorted. Okay, so now look at this one, 4 3 1. So earlier it was 1 2 3. After sorting it 1 3 and 4, I have got it. And in the sorting list, right, for it has, after reverse sorting, you have got it as 4 3 1. It is reverse sorting, you got it as 1 4 3 1. So this is how you can sort the elements using the list of tuples. Okay, this is what for the today's class. The next class will continue the same topic, that is the tuples. Okay, if you have any questions, you can raise it here, or otherwise you can put your question in the WhatsApp, right? Do you have any questions? Yes?
No, sir.
Yeah? No questions?
No, sir.
Okay, then. Okay, we'll stop it here. We'll continue in the next class, right?
Okay.